We're here with Jake and Allie, who just purchased this beautiful home with Gio Redos and the Real Estate Investment Division out here in Las Vegas. Thank you guys so much for taking the time with me today to discuss your real estate experience with the Real Estate Investment Division team.
Of course.
Jake, let me ask you a question,
Sure.
okay? Could you briefly explain the lending and home buying process for those who have never purchased a home before? And what was the first step to get started with the process?
I think the first step for us was just deciding that we wanted to buy a home, and that was the next step for our family. Once we got on board with moving back to Las Vegas from California and buying a home, we then decided what's the best way from here to look for a home, and we decided online shopping, of course, and through Zillow and Realtor and Homes.com, things like that, just to kind of the tools that they have online to kind of filter and help you decide as to what you want for a home.
Right.
Excellent. Great. Now, Jake, is this your first home that you've purchased? And if not, have you worked with another real estate agent before? And what was that experience like?
This is not my first home. I bought 3 homes previous, and I've used a different realtor in the past. This is some time ago, of course, but the experience was completely different. It basically he insisted on driving me and showing me a lot of places rather than letting me just kind of tell him what I wanted.
Right.
And so this experience was way different because Gio and his team limited it. We told him what we wanted, and he kind of sat down and narrowed it down for us and made it extremely easier.
Yeah.
That's great. It's absolutely great. Allie, finding the perfect home can be an extremely daunting task. What made you both feel that this home was right for you and your family?
We looked for a long time. We looked for several months before we ever kind of decided exactly what we wanted and limited. And we went back and forth. Do we want a pool? Do we want this? And Jake and I did that amongst ourselves. And then when we started talking to Gio, we told him what we wanted, and he kind of explained to us what he thought based on our personalities and what he knew about us, what was a must-have. And then from there, we looked at several houses together. We actually made one trip from California to Nevada to see several houses that we had picked that we thought would be perfect. And it turned out that they weren't that perfect, and Gio was really open and honest with us about that. And then from there, we continued our search. We went back to California, and he would do video walkthroughs for us. And finally, we found this house, and Gio looked at it and was like, I think it's perfect. I'm gonna go look for you. And he took a video and walked through, and we just all kind of fell in love with the house, with the neighborhood. And yeah, I think just from seeing it and doing the video with Gio, and his team, it was perfect.
For sure. I think the most daunting part for us was not being here, not being present to walk through a home. And you know, when you look at a home online and look at the pictures, it's completely different than it is in person, and we learned that when we came out the first time. So knowing that Gio and his team kind of thought the same way as us, they were like, okay, well, this was different in person, and I think he even gathered more information that way and was able to really narrow it down for us. So when he took a video of this home, I mean, it was we knew right away.
Yeah.
And when you work with agents, you send them your criteria, you send them what you're looking for. Now, was Gio and his team able to find the properties you were looking for based on that criteria?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think too, a lot of times when you say you want 4 bedrooms and 3 baths, etc., they find homes that are like that, but not necessarily homes that are move-in ready or, you know, ideal to go to. And for us, being that we were moving from California to here, we wanted something that we could just come into and it'd be perfect. And Gio and his team really made sure that the houses that they provided us not only met our criteria, but also that they were houses in good quality and that their air conditioners worked, and more than just the specs of the house.
Absolutely.
So yeah, they just
Like
made
pride
it
of
really,
ownership was a big deal.
exactly.
Absolutely.
He can walk in to a house, him and his team, and look at a house and say, okay, this guy takes care of the house, or
Yeah.
you know, there's value in this home, and that's what he was able to show us,
those are the
and it was
homes he
huge.
presented.
Provided the value.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's great. And you had said previously that you were searching online for homes and looking at pictures and doing the video walkthroughs or whatever they may have on Zillow and those other sites like Trulia. Now, what's the difference between looking online and then actually coming to Las Vegas from California and then going with an agent and walking through the house and having them explain things to you? What's the difference?
It was so different, and you know, just Las Vegas itself has so many different areas and neighborhoods. So for that, I think that was one of the biggest things for us, and it was so valuable to come here and drive through neighborhoods. And say, oh my gosh, this is not what I expected. Like, we found one house that we thought would be absolutely perfect, and the drive there was not what we were looking for. It wasn't in the best neighborhood, and also that the pictures were taken by professionals, so the house looked amazing, and it just wasn't all that we expected. And Gio was very open and honest with us, even when we got there, to say, guys, don't settle just because you thought that you loved something. This isn't what you're looking for.
Right,
So
and we took that to heart,
yeah.
right? Because, I mean, he was sincere about not having us jump into something that we weren't in love with.
Right.
And, you know, it worked out for us, for sure,
Yeah.
once we found this.
That's fantastic. I'm so happy for you guys. You guys left California, beautiful state, beautiful beaches, beautiful people, great place to raise family. You left there to come to Las Vegas. What does Las Vegas have to offer? Why do you like Las Vegas, and why did you guys choose to relocate to Las Vegas?
You can answer that?
Yeah, I mean, you can answer.
Well, I mean, I grew up here, so it was easy for me, obviously, because I have friends and family that live here. For her, it was a little difficult. She grew up in California, only really knew California.
At least it's not too far, right?
It's all,
Yeah, it's
4 hours, 4 hours
That's
drive, not that big a
it's
deal.
not far.
But her parents think we're 100 miles or 100 hours away, so it's a little different. But
Yeah, but it was important to us too, coming from California, to come into an area of Las Vegas that, you know, didn't feel so different, and that felt safe, and that we really loved, and for raising a family. And I think that we really found the perfect area. And the
it wasn't easy to
Yeah.
convince her to leave California,
Yeah.
because California's beautiful,
Understandable.
and where we
Yeah.
lived, it was gorgeous, but it was unaffordable.
Yeah.
So
Houses were just very expensive, but I think we made a really good move, and we're falling in love with where we moved to. So
Awesome.
yeah, we love
Excellent.
Vegas.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
It was great. Just like any transaction in life, any business transaction, there's always some difficulties. Did you guys have any hiccups along the way in the real estate transaction? And if so, how are they handled by Gio and the real estate investment division team?
I will say we encountered hiccups like anybody else would. This process isn't easy,
Right.
and nobody ever said it was.
Right.
However, with Gio's team, we didn't come across anything that slowed that process down. It was more on the legal side, the lending side, things like that are
But they prepared
time
us
sensitive.
for the
Right.
hiccups too. I felt like Gio and his team were always very proactive to say, this could happen. If this does happen, this is what we'll
Sure.
do next. And just explain where we were all the time. And they were very knowledgeable, and always there to answer our questions and easy to get in touch with. The flow of communication was always there, and that was just really
Huge.
appreciated. Yeah, especially for me being a first-time home buyer. I really,
Good for you.
Yeah.
appreciated that.
And I appreciate that because I've bought in homes in the past, and I know it's
changed
difficult,
so much.
and it has changed over the last 8 years or so.
Yeah.
It's changed completely. It was new to me on this purchase, so it was really good to know everything that we were signing or everything that we were discussing, and they were really great.
Yeah.
Him and his team were great with explaining everything to us.
So would you say that Gio and his real estate investment division team were professionals?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And would you recommend them to your friends and family?
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's great.
Correct.
Happy for you guys.
Thanks.
Fantastic. Do you guys have any additional comments? Anything you guys would like to add about your experience in real estate with Gio and the Reed team?
I will say that he did a miraculous job finding this home for us.
Really?
I mean, we literally could not be happier here.
Yeah.
And for him to come in, and I believe Kat as well, came into the house, and they took a video that was 10 minutes long. I mean, because they knew we wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
And they did every detail, and they were talking about all the upgrades and everything like that.
They just
I mean,
took
that
the
was
time.
just, they took the time.
To
and
get
that was
to know
important.
us and get to know what we wanted in a house. And then they took personal time to look at all of the houses that they thought would be good for us. And they only presented us with the best. So it just made it easy, their entire team.
And they did great. This house is
Yeah,
perfect
we
for
love it.
us.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So happy for you guys. You have a beautiful family. You guys are a wonderful couple.
Thank you.
So happy you guys found a home. And this home is absolutely beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
So thank you guys so much for taking the time with me today.
Of course.
And you guys have a wonderful day, okay?
You do the same.
Thank you.